Everything I'm about to say in this video is just from my personal experience. I don't really have any idea what I'm talking about from a scientific or psychological standpoint, so take it all with a grain of salt. This is just my personal opinion on a lot of things. This vlog is dedicated to the boys. This is for the men. My fellow men, we gotta start being men again. I know the toxic masculinity, the patriarchy, the men being shamed for being men is a huge thing nowadays, and as it should be, because men are absolutely like diabolical in a ways. Every single thing bad that has happened in the world, most of it, at least 90% of it, has been because of guys and because of men just being, you know, just a big old pissing contest between governments and politicians and whatever. Guys can totally be toxic. They can be real pieces of shit, sociopathic, murdering rapists, fuckheads. However, there's the rest of us that aren't like that. And at the same time, I don't think that the toxic approach to being a man has ever been good for anybody. But I think that the qualities that women want in men are, I don't want to say that they're diminishing, but I think it's a very important thing to be unapologetically manly. You're allowed to be a dickhead, stubborn, you know, very sure of yourself kind of person. Now, you can do that without being disrespectful to your spouse or your family or friends or whatever. You can do that without being mean about it. But to me, what makes a man is being sure of yourself and being, you know, confident in who you are. It's not even just confidence, it's confident in certain ways and implementing that confidence into life, into trying to have some sort of ambition and make something of yourself, because that's an admirable quality in anybody. You know, I know that a lot of people don't like the word pussy, but being a pussy, the reason why women aren't attracted to that, or why no one really wants to be around that, is because, to me, what being a pussy is you are a weak man, and you have accepted that you're weak, you're okay with being weak, and you're okay with being stepped all over. That's what a pussy is to me. That's what I was for many years. As far as, like, I lived in fear, I let people take advantage of me, I didn't stand up for myself, I thought that I was, you know, being nice and putting up with people's shit, and putting up with others' behaviors and how they treated me and whatever, and only in the last year or two have I actually kind of, like, harnessed the kind of person I want to be, the kind of man I want to be, and I'm only putting all my energy into that and that alone. That's a very important thing for anybody to do. I don't think that men want to be with, you know, necessarily want to be with weak women. However, women are allowed to be, you know, vulnerable. Women are allowed to be more emotional. I don't want to say they're allowed to be weak. I don't think that women even are weak, but they because of the gender roles that society has created, those are just the two dynamics, and it's very real. It's a very real thing. Women are strong, but they're allowed to let the men be their strength as well. And women, and same for men and women. You know, men are so hardened until women soften us up, and until women pull all that vulnerability out of us as well. So, why is being a pussy such a bad thing? Because the world needs men. I'm not, you know, despite what you think about Jordan Peterson, I love what he says about that, and I love the shows like Yellowstone and specifically characters from like the show 1923, like Spencer Dutton. He's got his issues, and he's like a war veteran, and he's all fucked up, but he is such a man and so admirable, and that really changed my life and all, as well as watching Dale Cooper in Twin Peaks. Like, what is a real man? A man is someone who respects others and does the right thing, and is always trying to do what's best for himself and others around. Like, there's so many amazing qualities that guys have too, and I worry about that becoming a diminishing part. You know, I worry about that kind of slowly being drained away from men, because the worst part is society hasn't allowed millennials like myself and people younger than us, men younger than us. Society has a lot of things in this specific present day have been against us to even step up and be the man. You know, it's not like I want to work at a shop my whole life or be a cashier for the rest of my life, working in retail or serving tables, as well as trying to make a music career happen. I don't want that. I would 100% in a heartbeat take some sort of, you know, more of a high stakes job or more, but that opportunity has never, granted, you know, that's on me obviously to go out after it and get it, but there have been so many opportunities taken away from men as well that's what makes it really hard. It makes it extremely difficult to want to step up to the plate and make more money and be more financially stable, and it's all been against us. So you have two different men. There are the men that go at that hard and they're like, nothing's gonna stop me, I'm gonna make money no matter what, and they're like super stubborn, like, you know, like sharks, just dickheads in that way, like going after it. And those, that is, you know, you could still do that. It's just, do you want to put in all that effort? Do you want to put in all that work? Because that is a lot. It's a lot more work now than it's ever been. Or you have to just know the right people, you know. And then there are the men who've given up on that. So there are men that are, you know, just in society's eyes, we're a bunch of bums who get high and just fuck off. But it's the fact that men are so disposable and so not given a fuck about in society. Like 100 years, I would have gone out to war and died. You know, men are so expendable, and we're aware of that. We're aware that the world does not give a fuck about us. The world cares about women, young women, and children. That's it. Like, that's the priority, you know? Women and children first, right? Women and children, that is a very real thing. Most men would gladly die for their families, too. Most men would be fine with that. Most, you know, that's what being, I don't want to say that's what being a man is, but that is what society has told us is our role, is we are expendable, you know, and that we don't matter. But we do. You know, as much as I'm saying a lot of negative things, or like as much as men have caused a lot of issues in the world, the world needs men to take their dicks out and fuck it once in a while. You know, the world needs dicks that fuck things. It's like the Team America monologue. You got your dicks, pussies, and assholes. I'm a dick. I feel like I'm just a dick that is fucking everything, whether I'm fucking everything up or whatever. You know, like I felt like I definitely felt like a weak pussy for a while, but lately I just am like so done with that. As I've gotten older, that's gotten easier as far as like I don't care about things as much. I don't get hung up on, for like many years I was so depressed if I wasn't getting laid or having a girlfriend or like, you know, not having much money. Like I stayed in that. The worst part about being weak or being a pussy is if you stay in that and get comfortable with that, get comfortable with being a weak man. That is just so, at the very least, that is going to be such a, it is just an energy that women can fucking feel. Like, people in general know, they can just feel who are the strong ones, who are the weak ones. Which do you want to be? Is really, it's up to you, you know what I mean? You are allowed to be vulnerable and be weak every once in a while. It's not, there is, you know, strength in the awareness of not being able to be strong sometimes, or be able to step up to the, there is, you know, that's the difference is a to me, a strong-minded individual will be aware of that, accept it, and do what they can and not let it happen again, as opposed to just like I'm gonna cry in my bed and just accept that everything is doom and gloom. Like no one wants to be around that in general, men or women. Trans, gay, whatever, it doesn't matter. No one wants to be around somebody that just like rolls over and fucking dies with everything that negative that happens in their lives. And that's because people are attracted and drawn to others that they feel can lift them up, or they feel like they can gain something out of. That's what how I look at society. Whether people are using each other or not, like maliciously or intentionally, everybody is using each other in some like subconscious form or another. You know what I mean? We all get something from each other, and we all like feed off of each other in that way. Who are you wanting to feed off of? Who are you wanting to actually surround yourself with is a whole other topic of conversation, though. You know, it's a huge thing. Like, who you're around will impact how you are, and how you are will affect others. You know, like for a while, I gave myself so much shit about being stubborn and being you know, set in my ways and being like very strong-willed in my opinions, and I got bent out of shape. Like I beat myself up over that for many years, but I was right the entire time. Like I you know, want to be humbled by being wrong, but I think that my greatest quality is being just relentlessly, just an unrelenting, stubborn energy that I have. Like I am extremely stubborn with a lot of things, and it's hard for me to let things go. And I thought that was a negative quality for a long time, or I thought like, oh, like people don't like me, that I'm straight, I'm like a fucking like a sword or an arrow just piercing through things, and I didn't realize till recently that's like my greatest quality. Or like those things that you as a man, the things that you might look at negatively with yourself, are actually like your most manly qualities probably. Don't let society beat the masculinity out of you just because a lot of toxic assholes have ruined that image of men. Don't let that happen. Be a fucking dick once in a while. You have to be a dick because the dickheads get shit done. That's what's attractive to women. That's what's attractive to people, are the people that are gonna do it no matter what. The people that are gonna, you know, get over that hurdle, get over this wave of bullshit that they're dealing with. That's the difference between being a man and being a big fucking pussy. You know, like it's such an important thing to be sure of yourself and be you know, sticking to your guns in that way. That's the most important thing. Is being a man means sticking to your guns. And one of the most amazing things that I've heard a few different women tell me, I love talking about this with just the women in my family and just all sorts of different people that I cross paths with. But what I've come to realize is, yeah, like women won't like you putting your foot down at first, but they will respect you for it. If you do everything a woman asks of you, they will like it but not respect you. That absolutely blew my fucking mind recently. And that's specifically, yes, with men and women, but you know, I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I have no idea like how that goes from the other, you know, the other side of that approach. But you know, being a man is, to me, being the fucking leader. Being a leader, you know, and being like so sure of yourself in what you are, and not, I don't want to say like second guessing yourself is a bad thing, but you shouldn't second guess everything you do. I'm in a place lately where I'm just existing as I am, and I am being whatever the fuck I want to be, and I'm not. Oddly enough, you know, I used to beat myself up so much if I had little social faux pas, or I felt like I messed up with a friendship that fell apart or whatever, and now I'm just kind of like, I gave myself shit for being who I am for so many years, and now I'm like, no, I'm great. Everybody else sucks. Basically, I think I'm an amazing person now, and I feel so good about myself, and I've realized, no, like everybody else is so stupid and selfish and just backwards. And a lot of people live very backwards, or live in a way that's comfortable for them but is inconvenient for everybody else. That is the most frustrating thing in the world. Now, a man knows how to juggle. I think being a person, being a healthy person, means you know how to juggle both of these things. You can be stubborn, but you can let your guard down and let other people take the reins too. Like, I love exchanging energy, and I love sharing as much as I love leading and holding the reins. I love what I get from. I'm looking at my life as a win-win situation, no matter what, or I will always, as long as I can walk away knowing that I tried my best and tried everything that I could to I don't know. I've basically just not been ignoring the way I feel, and not ignoring like how right I feel with a lot of things. I've had to let like a lot of people go in the last couple of years, and at first I was just like, oh man, is that my fault? Did I do something wrong? Now I'm like, no, like fuck them, you know, fuck other people. I don't want to say you don't need anybody, but you don't need people as much as you think you do. You know what I mean? I think men are like our best quality, guys. Our best quality is being not only self-sufficient, but just being autonomous and being able to be everyone should be autonomous, first of all. But the best thing about men is we will do our shit no matter what. The best thing you can do as a man is not care if you have a girlfriend or you're getting pussy. If you're not getting laid, that shouldn't bother you. If you're not getting laid, you're also not dealing with women's bullshit. You're not dealing with the having to cooperate and fucking constantly share something with someone. You know, you're single. That's like the best feeling in the world, is not having to fucking deal with someone else and have to conform in that way, have to adapt. So don't feel bad about not getting laid. Don't feel bad about not making much money. None of this shit fucking matters. Nothing matters in that aspect when it comes to how you feel about yourself. And the way you feel about yourself, and the self-esteem, however little or big that might be for you, you know, the self-esteem that you have is your most important quality, guys. I'm talking just from personal experience. I probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but I really think it's important for you know, and not in a toxic Andrew Tate way. Like, I hate how these guys like him or any of these fucking fitness freaks like Walton Goggins and all these, not Walton Goggins, fucking David Goggins, completely different people. David Goggins, I'm not a fan of these guys that are just like, you know, I think that there is there's something to be said about, like, you're not even if you have like a stubborn approach with things like that are healthy or things that are good for you, obsessing over that can be a little, insufferable. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine, that's all good. But like people that are, guys that are obsessed with, working out and all these stereotypical, like, superficial things, like, that's kind of a little ridiculous as well, because putting all of your attention to anything like that, it means you're ignoring something else. You know what I mean? So I think all of it's important. Like, don't ignore your body, but don't over obsess over it. Don't obsess over women, but don't ignore them either. If don't be a dick and be like, don't shoot yourself in the foot if you do have an opportunity for love and you have an opportunity for a life partner, and don't be so stubborn that, like, no one else is allowed in the room kind of thing either. You know what I mean? It's all, I don't want to say balance, but it's such a cliched fucking approach to it, but it is being able to juggle. I think good men are able to juggle a lot of things and handle it and be able to stay composed under pressure and be able to stay composed for as much as they can. We all have our breaking point, but your breaking point shouldn't be a fucking little fragile thing. You can handle it. You're a guy. You can handle so much more than you think. I gotta go to work in a minute here, so I gotta cut this here, but you are so much stronger than you think. You're capable of so much more. You don't need people as much as you think you do. You are not a needy little pussy bitch that needs people so much. You are not that. You don't have to be that. If you want to be that, then be that. But, like, don't be surprised if people treat you a certain way, if they don't respect you for being weak, or if they don't respect you for being this or that. Like, you can be whatever you want to be, but if people are treating you a certain way, that's likely because of the energy that they're picking up on, which is you might be a pussy bitch, pussy ass bitch. Don't be a pussy ass bitch, right? I hope that I don't get the fucking flag for cursing or saying all that stuff too much, but I swear it's a very important thing for guys to be guys in a healthy way and to understand all these things. You're smart, you have a brain, you are able to know right from wrong, and you're able to know what's worth putting your energy into and what isn't. That's what being a man is having to me at least, right now, for me, right now, all I want to do is focus on the things that I love and enjoy and have the best life that I can have, so that I am good enough to be able to show up for those that I love and show up for the people that I care about. And so that my problems aren't getting in the way of that. I was sick of my problems being this, like, handicap of, like, I can't do anything, I can't live normally, I can't live a life because I'm handicapped in this way, I'm mentally ill. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I have depression, anxiety like anybody else. I have a lot of fucking shit going on in my head, but I am not going to let it fucking dictate my fucking life anymore. I am not gonna let it do that. God, I really hope I don't get age restricted. I feel like I might. If anything, I'll just re-upload this and censor everything or edit it a little bit, but yeah, guys, be I don't want to say be a man, but because, again, that's a cliched term as well, but be strong, be stronger. You don't have to have all the strength in the world, but you should try to be stronger so that you can show up for those that you care about, and so that the potential spouse or a woman that you want to be with, even if it's just some fling that you're hooking up with, so that they, like, are attracted to that, attracted to you. You are a magnet. You are capable of a lot of good things, and you are able to handle all the shit that you're afraid of dealing with. That's all I want to say to you. Have a good day. Be a man. Don't fucking apologize for it, because that's what we're supposed to do, I think, as long as you're not being, really evil or whatever. All right, I think I made my point.